Alright guys, we're back to working on the TJ air conditioning system here. And this is what I got going on. Alright, so on this condenser, one of the 6mm bolts broke off, horribly corroded inside this aluminum block. You guys probably know steel and aluminum, they don't make good bedfellows. But I was able to get one out with a lot of heat. The other one just wasn't going to happen. It broke off flush with this aluminum block, so now I got to get it out of there. I started to try to drill it, but I couldn't keep the drill in the center. It'd wander around. I started digging into the aluminum. So I realized I need some kind of a guide, because this steel is going to try to push the drill bit off to the corner. So this is what I came up with. This is the original fitting. I just took a 1/4 inch air barb that I had lying around, shaved it down a little bit so it fits in the bolt hole. I'm going to clamp it in place while I drill this out with my drill press. I'm going to have one shot at this. So let's see how it goes. Let's see what we got here. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, not real bad. It's doing pretty good. A little more length on the drill bit. Ooh, it's warm. Yeah, let's keep working on it. I think we're getting there. Alright, let's see how we did here. Alright, well, the bushing is still in pretty good shape here. The drill bit didn't go wandering off one way or the other very much. I'll drop this back in place. It appears as though the lines will line up, the holes will line up. So I think that was successful. Let me see if I can throw a tap in there, and we'll see if this thing will bolt in place. Alright, I think I just saved a $60 condenser. Yeah, that should work. Yay! Alright, cool. Now I'm just waiting for those seals to come in. Alright, looks like I finally got my feather fill from Eastwood. So I need to get that body ready to go. Okay everybody, when you're fixing to buy a Jeep, this is an important area to check out. Go ahead and take out these two bolts on the side. I think it's a T40 bit. Remove those two bolts and drop the windshield down. This thing here is totally rusted out all through here. I'm cleaning up with a wire wheel right now, but you can see all the damage all the way across there. So, like I said, this is the teenage dream Jeep here. Not my own personal ride. If this was my ride, I'd probably be replacing this windshield frame or doing some rust repair, you know, cutting this open and making a piece of metal that drop down here, then weld the edges up. But I doubt my daughter will keep this Jeep for more than a couple of years. We'll see. So I'm trying to clean it out real well, pour 15, seal it up, and finish the paint. Alright, well, it's 11 o'clock on a Friday night. You can see what I do for fun. And I'm trying to get this thing ready for some sealer surfacer tomorrow morning. I want to take some, I got like slick sand back there, some black slick sand, and I'm going to thin it down. You guys probably know the slick sand is a polyester primer filler. Goes on like super thin body filler. And I'm going to use that directly over bare metal and on a couple of the repairs so I can get this thing ready to go. Yeah, then that'll be Saturday morning first thing. And then hopefully Sunday morning I'll be able to spray some color. And then Monday morning before I go to the office, I can clear coat it. So we'll see how that timeline holds up. I've been trying to spray in the morning. Like I said, last time I was really upset that I had so much dry spray. So we're going to do some morning sprays when it's 100 degrees out here. Let's see how that does for us. Alright, so we're fixing to throw a coat of epoxy primer on all this bare metal. and give that some time to set. We want to throw some polyester primer, the sanding primer, on top of that. We're also going to hit those fender flares with some of that adhesion promoter and put some of the polyester primer on that as well. So we'll be hanging those fenders up in the air probably before we lay down the polyester primer. So yeah, it's coming along. Alright, so I got some epoxy primer on the grill and the cowl and the hood and the radiator support piece in the back. Alright, but I didn't put any epoxy on. Well, I actually did. I put a little epoxy primer right across this edge here where I went through into bare metal. But it's mostly paint, so the polyester primer should do just fine on these doors here. Yeah, you can see some bare metal down here, but that's definitely within tolerance for the polyester primer, so not a problem. It was the hood and the grill and the cowl and that support that I was mostly worried about. So I'm just waiting for this stuff to flash off a bit more. You can see it's still kind of wet here. And I got the garage doors open, we're airing it out, and in about 15 minutes we'll be spraying some more primer. Oh, time to get the fender flares. Alright, well, still sanding with a 320. I've got the urethane primer, all these pieces, followed with some slick sand. And I'm sanding off, you know, making things as smooth as I can. There's a few paintings here and there that I'm sanding out. The biggest issue I have is that this slick sand really clogs up the paper. Let's give it a little bit of a sanding here. And you can see all that little crap in there. I mean, that dust is gone, but you can already see the grit that's like, you know, clogging up the sandpaper, and went through quite a bit of sandpaper. I hope I don't run out. I'll probably have to buy a little bit more before I can finish the Jeep. So I'm finished sanding these parts. I might do a little bit of wet sanding. I know I need to hit the hood one more time with some slick sand because there was a dent right on top of the hood that I missed. So I'll be re-primering that one. But I think these other pieces are almost ready for some color coat, some base coat. So it's coming along. Stay tuned. Alright, well, I'm just going to touch these up a little bit with some of that slick sand. It's about 80% humidity outside today. We're getting a bunch of rain in July. I wish it was this way every year. I'm not complaining. I'm loving it. But no base coat or clear coats going on when it's this humid outside. So this is a little spot touch up here and there to put up some of the putty and some bare metal, and next time we'll be shooting color. Alright, so we're getting these panels ready for a little bit more paint. Actually, the gloss, that's the color coat there, and a little color coat slash clear coat thrown in on top. We are sanding down some of that clear coat. I'm getting a little bit of that black dust out of it, so I said it's not exactly clear coat, but it's not a base coat either. Kind of like a transition coat. But we're sanding it down with 600 to get it ready for the final clear tomorrow morning. Almost time. Looking good. Anyway, here's one before the sanding. You can see that looks pretty good. Not quite the gloss I want, but not bad. That was shot pretty quickly with a lot of reducer. Alright, might get a little hate mail for this one for throwing on some chrome Rubicon stickers. Kind of a joke because it's a 4-cylinder. And I said I'm going to be clearing over these chrome stickers, so we won't have to worry about catching an edge or anything like that when we wash the Jeep. And I like how easy these chrome stickers go down. Because they're open in the middle, you don't really have to worry a whole lot about air bubbles getting in there. Super easy. A lot easier than laying down the flaming chicken on a Trans Am would. That's tough. There we go. I just turned a 4-cylinder Wrangler into a Rubicon. How easy was that? Alright, time to really smash that clear now. So it's a Thursday morning. I've got about 2 hours before I leave to work. So these parts have all been sanded down with 600 grit. We are going to make these things shine. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Now they're looking more white again.
All right, well, that's the ceiling of my garage. Oh, look at that, there's the hood. Garage ceiling. Hood. Garage ceiling. Alright, one thing I didn't like, I don't know if this will show up in the video or not, but let's see. Can you guys see these little white specks there? They're just maybe 20 or so little specks there in the clear coat. It's not dust. I'm not sanding through to the base coat. Remember, we had the black epoxy primer with black feather fill, black base coat, and then the clear coat. So what I think this is the clear coat catalyzing in the gun into small little specks, globules, snowflakes. I put 2 coats of clear here. I mixed a quart of clear when I was going to really smash it hard. The first coat was beautiful. I thought I was going to be able to get 2 more coats in there. And the second coat used up the rest of the 2/3. So I think the clear coat was catalyzing in the paint gun because of the extreme heat. 90 to 100 degrees here in the garage. It's a 2-to-1 Eastwood European clear coat. My recommendation is if you're going to spray in extreme heat, you may want to go 3-to-1 instead of 2-to-1. It may give you some more time before that clear starts to catalyze. Go down underneath the hinges. Go down underneath the hinge. Nice and easy. Drop the front down a little. Something around there. Alright, well, I think that's about it for today's video. Next time we need to get the fender flares painted and the mirrors and some other trim pieces. So we'll be prepping the plastic for that, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.